Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's uh, I have no idea what to do now. Well, let's recap what happened last stream. And last stream, I was working on planning stuff. I guess I was just planning stuff, not really doing anything. Um, so I was mostly just thinking about the project and how I could do it in a timely manner. But at the same time, mm, it's quite hard to define the scope of everything and just tackle it. Uh, so I guess it's time to just do it, right? So I was planning on this prototype here. We're just doing something related to it. I still need to validate the story stuff. I just try to make something that is a bit simpler or something that is like unrelated to the thing, just to know the to know the things that I'll be working with, I guess, because I have no idea how to work with game engines and other story elements, because that's all new for me. Uh, okay, so my plan here is to make some UI elements. So I did these yesterday or a bit uh, earlier than that. I don't remember, but I was working on some elements that I want to be using for the whole thing, I guess. Um, since it's a visual novel, it's supposed to be just a simpler, no dialogue, name, and text, and it's just something to illustrate here. So probably just working on the character um, asset here would be interesting to make it the best thing to work with, and the rest is the gameplay. I feel like so the gameplay itself is supposed to be more like uh get key, hold the key, and send the key. It's not like anything uh intensive, or it's not supposed to be anything intensive. So here it's supposed to work like this. So in this game you're supposed to be, it's a visual novel. It's narrative driven game, of course, but I think it would be nice to have an element of interaction with the customers. So you could talk with the customers. Perhaps that would be an interesting plot point, especially when uh, it will be limited to the characters here working at the place. So you could probably just include some other people here. And I was thinking about some gameplay mechanics, such as using using like an interactive map that is basically the plan, the what is it called? It's basically the map of the parking lot, and then it would have numbers and uh, like letters to identify which area it is. Mm, and also like managing the flow of the cars coming by, I guess. And you could send the key and also get the keys from the uh what is it called, from the parking attendants, I guess. Hello, Silver Comet. Welcome to the stream. So I was also thinking about some management about uh, money and change and receipts. seats, and some other elements of like a live action stuff. So I'm not really sure if that would work, but the main stuff is just a simpler. It's just a name and text here for the dialogue, and nothing really uh, innovative, I guess. So what's going on here? So I'll be just drawing, I guess. This time I'm just showcasing some um, interface stuff that I was planning on this prototype stuff. So I was just thinking about how the gameplay would go and how the elements I would like to have here. But it's not like it's just doing some wireframes and like sketches, and I don't really have other ideas currently. So I guess I'll be just trying to either make the either make like an illustration, like a normal illustration, sketching those. I could work on character portraits, the CGs, or because the linear story is more like typing stuff, so also deciding that stuff. So it's not like I don't need to be streaming for that. It would be not that interesting to stream as well. Um, Doing some admin work is also quite boring, so I'm trying to think about how to deal with the demands here and transform everything to something that I could work with, I guess, and have deadlines. But it's like I don't want to do that. I don't want to have deadlines. Ask because I wonder if you use it later. Hopefully I'll be using this, but it's quite difficult to just think about the other elements that I would need. But it would be interesting to just have the simpler version of having the dialogue and stylize the dialogue screen, and then make something a bit more elaborated here, a bit more extravagant. But that's something that is quite demanding, I guess, from the standpoint of me not knowing what to do. So there's that, what to do in case of coding and doing all of that with like a engine that I have no idea how to use it. So so that's probably something that I have to work on off stream and not really stream that. uh, but I definitely think that is quite a nice thing to think about. So in case of streaming, I guess I'll be using them mostly to make the character portraits or the CGs or whatever I come in mind. That would be interesting to illustrate, because there's also the element of just making the assets for the game, and that's basically the um, largest selling point of it, which is making the illustrations, I guess, and also the story. But the story is well, I haven't seen a case that like writing would be interesting to watch. I don't think so. Well, I'm taking notes, but I don't think that counts as writing the story. Hmm, I don't know. Well, so I guess I could try to make something here. Now, mm, so I have some other stuff here uh, that are archived. It's archived, so I developed some other stuff here off stream, but I don't want to show it. The main screen, the other elements that would be like more of an extra rather than something that is like uh on the main the main idea, right? Because I was thinking about the like doing some work that could be the minimal thing, like the the minimal features that I have to implement, so it so I could play, or so I could uh, make like a stable release in that sense. But it's oh so I don't want to do it. Anyways, let's do it. Oh, okay. So let me. Alright. So I have to come back in here and think about the other element that I would have to get, because I feel like everything could be like resolved into this stuff, right? Just name and text. I don't really remember other things to add to a visual novel, like screen stuff for a visual novel. I don't even remember. It's usually like what having choices, like this, right? I have choices here. It's you to choose. It's very simple. And let's see, game settings, skip button, of course, skip the whole gameplay. So this case would be they usually put the settings here with like names on it. I don't think that's a very pretty thing. Another one is the version that has like little buttons. Stop. We would have to also stylize the buttons here. Another one is having like those here tiles. That seems quite intuitive. Another one is basically reducing the size of this, having this here, making box here the settings. It's not bad, but it's just I feel like the purpose of it is to be easier to reach for, especially when it's like more of a narrative instead of like something that you need to hide necessarily, right? At least the font size is it's usually it's actually quite small now that I look at it. It's not centralized. Sometimes they make like a gradient here. It's darker here and then just fades instead of making the box. Um, Sona. I have no idea. I think date, placing date would be interesting. Week. The simpler the better, to be honest. I guess people are used to the date week on the other side. Is it true? So I would have to move this character closer. Week would be here. What's your name? Wait, location name? Bottom? How about little keys here. I don't think it fits, to be honest. Be interesting. I want to do like nicer here. And this would be settings. Yes, it would be something like this. Um, I'll end up I'll end up having one comment per stream average with this new schedule. Only one comment? Only one? Why? Welcome, Reverie. You're doing well. Why one? Don't you want to talk with me? It's not like I want to talk with you. Stuff's late, bro. Sorry about that. Yes, people need to sleep. I mean, I could try to do it even later than this hour. it late enough and you'll start streaming late earlier again. I don't think I'll be able to do that. This will be probably my usual schedule. Uh, wherever, I think. I don't think I'll be changing scheduling the foreseeable future. Not unless I win the lottery, stop working, and just do art for full time. And that's not happening. That's not happening. But it happens. Oh, that's great. Wow. I definitely don't think that it will be happening anything like that anytime soon. I'm not really sure why that happened. It's like there's like something that is broken inside my tablet for some reason. Works 90% of my of the time, so it doesn't bother me so much. It still sucks. It just keeps like going here. Probably because it's busted. Well, I'm head out. To take care of, stay hydrated. Alright. Thank you, Sir Comet. I am hydrated. Hey, this? Let me get the spread, what reference sheet? Okay, this file is large. I don't think I'll be able to open it. Nope. So I have to open the raster version and wipe everything here because I don't care. I have a better one. It's fine. My major issue right now is just RAM. Having enough RAM to work with things. I don't have enough RAM to load everything that I have. Hello, Kingster. Welcome. Thumbnail? 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 Oh, it's game design. Game design, baby. Making a video game. You know, that's exactly what the kids these days. It's like, I'm gonna do a video game and get rich. So make a video game. What you're working on? Huh. Just some ideas, you know. A man can dream. Those assets won't be made by anyone other than me, I guess. God. I think I can do it like this. Amazing. So what's the gameplay like? Huh. Let's see if I can explain it. Meow. 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 All right, so it's a visual novel. There's nothing like that interesting to do in a visual novel, I must assume. So just people passing by. So basically, it's just a slideshow, right? Slideshow, just people hanging out, name of the character, text of the dialogue, settings, whatever currency you need, date, uh, whatever log and skip functions you need for the skip the whole visual novel, whatever. The location that where it's happening, the characters. That's it. That's the game. And then just a close up of the character being cute, whatever. And so yeah, I was like thinking about like a different way to approach this as well as also like adding some visual novel elements that could be interesting. So using my knowledge of whatever whatever the hell I have a knowledge of, I developed this, which is supposed to be like a car key management simulator. Amazing. So this is an interactable car key holder and map. So you basically work at the protagonist works at a parking lot and has like that valet service. So parking attendants you get your car and park your car for you. So that's that's it. So the person that is like on the parking booth usually just keeps the keys, guard the keys. So nothing like really exciting about this. So I added the board here that is supposed to represent the uh, the parking lot, uh, its entirety of parking lot. So I just used the same asset that I created like back a couple of months ago. The car queue that is supposed to be the cars that is coming next, whatever. And you have like the hold and drag to send the key to the person that is going to park the car. And you can also receive it after they park the car. And then you just retrieve and just send it back. That's like the gameplay. It's like a boring gameplay, but it's something, right? It doesn't seem that complicated at first, but it's definitely it's getting heavy. It's getting quite complex. If I start adding like uh, handling the cash, the change and receipts, monitoring the place for security reasons, transceiver for like communicating with your other employees, live reaction that could be interesting because usually you're not seeing the character that you're playing as, so that would be something interesting to add here to this empty space. But it's usually for setting stuff, setting stuff for whatever the hell you want to do, save options for accessibility, whatever. But I guess like I don't really see anything to add um, for the visual novel element here. It seems like quite simple. Doesn't seem like it's anything that is supposed to be like quite struggling. Sort of that, but what? Quite fancy. was I doing here? Oh, I was just doing the car here. So it will be interesting to add some features to make it more interesting to look at. But I guess the thing that I will have to handle here is probably the dialogue. Usually I guess I could add a dialog box that is supposed to expand. So it's either that or make the whole change and cash register here uh, serve as the dialog box. Um, so you pretty much have a quite clear difference between the gameplay, the usual gameplay, to the visual novel aspects. Um, but I guess you would still have the visual novel stuff here, right? So I'm not really sure how to implement that. It's supposed to have like a dialog box here. Because I'm not really sure if I bring it here, it will be a bit too much. And it might be a bit too much. Because this one is quite of a large screen. You can place like a lot of characters together. But this one is like, oh, one character at a time, two character at a time. I mean, the aspect ratio is also different. Oh, fuck. So maybe I could um, enlarge this. But at the same time that I want to, I don't want to. I feel like it kind of reduces from the static if I make it a bit too large. So like some games that make the dialog box like a gradient from bottom to the top. Disconnected. I hope I'm back. Disconnected. I hope I'm back. Am I back? Chat? Am I alive? Chat? Chat? Am I alive? Hello? Chat? Please, chat. Yes, we can hear. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, uh, it's just Wi-Fi, you know, Wi-Fi issues. At least I can stream. So, anyways, so there are like a couple of different versions of dialog boxes, and I used to have like a kind of old style, boxy style uh, interface. So I don't mind having like kind of a box style text dialogues, but since it's like a large screen here, it's what, like 16 by what? 16 by 9, right? 16 by 9. And back then we used 4 by 3. So I guess this one would be more like a 4 by 3. It definitely looks more like a like a visual novel. But perhaps I have to make it larger actually. Can I do it? I don't think so. Honestly, this is just the first version, so I don't really mind about that. I have to standardize the box here, and I'm not really using the usual 16 by 9 or 16 by 10 as a guide, so I'm just eyeballing everything, but I don't really care. I'm just planning stuff. Copy. See if it's too. Oh my god! You have like a whole, whole space here. Jeez. Uh, first, I feel like this version here would be interesting to keep. Right? I'll just skip this. Let's make a new version. Version has the border here. Uh, oh, forgot about this one. So I'll just remove this entire border because I don't need that anymore. This, bring the character here, or could, oh, it usually place the characters on the side, right? Not really in the in the middle. Even for like some of the one character one-to-one narratives, usually placed like here or here. So I'm wondering if I should bring her here or here, or just keep it here. I feel like I could keep it here because then this mirror would be where? What would be here? Oh, it's here. I don't know. These thing here. Settings. So I could black out this and just add the usual setup here, just so I reuse the same asset. Right? Right? I don't know. I don't know. So I would have something like this. Uh, kind of fits. Name here. Settings almost in the same place. So I have to remove this one. Remove this. Probably something like this. Since it would be hiding the character, I don't really mind here to have the overlay. It's, so it's quite close to the yeah. This one would also get removed. Keep this car. It's fine. God, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I mean, like, oh, she looks like fresh shower. So cute. Oh, oh. I feel like I have to reduce this eventually. 'Cause the issue here is that it's a bit too large. It's, thing will be that is a bit too cramped here. I have to keep the same padding here. This one. So do this. Let's just bring in everything together here. Sand key. Do I think that this sand key icon interactable thing needs to be that big? It would be fun, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not sure. I definitely have to test that out. Dropped frames. Please don't. Please don't do it. Oh god. Alright. Just thinking about camera monitors, out, transceiver. Uh, I don't think I can implement those right now. I think if I'm able to do this, would be probably the best one. The cash register stuff and changing receipts. It's probably like an afterthought. Be more interesting to add instead of doing this stuff, since you are dealing with the queue of the car here, parking cars, and also receiving the money from it. And I think the money stuff here is probably the most important part. Because, cash register, money. Instead of this, I'll probably try to drop frames. Am I back? Oh yeah, I'm bad. Oh, it's bad, bad. Like it's really bad. What happened? What the hell? It's getting better, but yeah, it's better now. All right, let's continue. I'm doing a chroma versus value art study right now. That's really nice. From what I remember, is like chroma is the set it's like saturation, the peak saturation color stuff, and value is like how dark and light it is, I guess. Like I know for a fact that blue has like the type of chroma that is, and its full saturation peak color, it would be quite dark. What would be darker than full saturation yellow, stuff like that. That's a pretty useful one. So I'm taking a painting that was created with primary values in mind, but converting it to cover more saturation values. That's pretty nice. Hope that's actually helping you understand chroma and values. I still struggle with that stuff. It's probably why a lot of things that I draw has some values that are like too dark. It tends to get too dark at times and too saturated. So I have to reduce saturation and try to do something else. Uh, it's really nice. I plan to go back and study some stuff, but honestly, I feel like I need to make this project first. So I I need to find what I need to work on while doing the project. I guess there's no escape on that. And while working on this, I just think of, I just think like I need to work on everything again. Like how to draw like a straight line, or like making boxes. Yeah, I need to I need to study all of them again. Or like making like circles, because this is not a circle. But at least I'm working on the thing that I want. Cash register, right? Cash register. I don't even remember what I was planning for the cash register back then. Yeah, just doing a big fundamental grind before college starts back up again. Oh, good luck. Good luck. I mean, college takes a lot of time from your, you know, available time. That's for sure. They even have interiors for this. I have them. I mean, before before I take before I took the job, I had like some free time to do whatever I want. But at the same time, I was like, uh, I just want to take the job first. Pressure of life changing, and I guess I would just use that as bad. What's happening though? A lot of people just using the same Wi-Fi. Sucks to say. I mean, hope it didn't cut things that I was like talking about. Oh my god, I'm back. I missed your last stream. My last stream or my last stream? Don't worry, don't worry. I'll be here for a long time, hopefully. Around the same hour, hopefully. So, what's the thing here? What should I add here? Wanna you make me wanna draw too. Huffing bleach? My head is swimming. I hope it's not like a ba- like a something that you have to go to emergency. Draw when you are safe, I guess. I was cleaning my bathroom. So then you have to be quite, you know, cautious about cautious on making like mustard gas. Open every window that you have. Change and receipts. Better. Oh, you're making a Mac burger game? Exactly. But this time it's just sending and retrieving keys. That's it. That's exactly the thing. That empty space can be there to calculate physical cache or a display case for cookies or treats. Exactly. I was like thinking about placing it here, but it's like it's a bit too small. But it's probably gonna be around here, you know, the treats, because that's like a common thing, right? Little treat, parking lot, candy, candy. Probably just exchange of exchange here. It's called change. See, actually, any interaction, hand to hand interaction, would be interesting here. So be more like I can show you. They have these really small cookie displays the size of a toaster, and they're lined. That would be pretty funny. Making a game, by the way, boss man. Hopefully, a man can dream, I guess. But I've been, just doing some stuff here. I guess this is the simplest, just making the visual novel graphics, the UI simple, effective. It doesn't have to be like fancy or anything like that. I just need to code that That's probably gonna be the hardest part, and this is probably the main stuff. But at the same time, it's like if you just want to make the asset and make the story, you don't really need anything that is playable, I guess. But if you want to be like interactive, to have some pizzazz, it's the I'm not really sure if uh, I because I'll have to take some time to learn everything. By the way, I noticed a lot of artists use the gray UI with Clip Studio. What benefits does it have over the usual dark theme? Contrast. I feel like it's more like a personal preference, but for me personally, it's mostly uh, that I don't really use dark mode anymore for eye issues. Because if you're like reading a text that is black, a text that is white on a black background, it tends to give me after images. So I tend to remove most of the what is called dark mode things that I have. So I think Discord is like an exception, but it's like Twitter, Facebook, uh, YouTube, Clip Studio. OBS is not that problematic, so I just keep it like that. Kind of a dark mode. Even the live chat is the dark mode, but it doesn't bother me that much because I don't look at it that often. But for things that I'm like focused, I use white mode, light mode. That's like purely because it's just a problem with my eyes, I guess, or just I feel more comfortable with it. Like the longer I use, I feel like the contrast of white text to to black background is it's a bit harsh to my eyes. So I'm getting older. Can't really use my eyes and just strain my eyes anymore. So when I have the chance, I usually use the uh, eye saver stuff. You know, the uh, blue light remover stuff. So I can't really work on coloring this one because I'm using the blue light remover to from to my on my monitor. So there's also that. Um, being in a well lit room also helps. So I don't think it's like a benefit. It's personal. Uh, but I think that at least it looks like because this one is Clip Studio, but I guess uh, Paint Tool Sai is. I don't think it has like a support for dark mode, unless from what I've seen, maybe like someone did like a hack, like a crack, for that program to just change it to like dark mode. But I guess some people also use Paint Tool Sai that also looks similar to Clip Studio like this. I did hear that dark mode is more visceral to on the eyes. Yeah, I mean it's my experience. I think for others, like it's saving battery uh, and it's like you're not getting blasted with like white light. If you're like in a dark room, you can just look at the white text. So logically, it would make sense to use dark mode in a dark environment and just read the white text. But for me, like the experience of it is, I'm just training my eyes. Light mode has benefits for focus. That's also true. So I guess gray is the best of both worlds. It's more like I don't know. I just placed it on the minimum settings of dark mode. I guess this one is dark mode or is the lightest dark mode, either that or the darkest light mode. something like that. I don't remember. I think this one is like the darkest light mode. Size great, exactly. So this one is seats. Um, handling. Have random chances to have a customer lose her mind because she didn't get her McNuggies, or she has a child in the background knocking crap over, and she has tired eyes. That's a pretty good one. Of course, this one is not like a burger simulator, it's more like a parking lot, valet service, that stuff that is like parking attendants just go there and just park your car, and then they just keep it in a box, stuff like that. Sometimes fancy, sometimes not fancy. So I think it would be quite close, but of course you wouldn't have the customer losing her mind for McNuggies. Probably just her car, her entire car just vanishing. Should have paid attention. It's fine. I guess it kind of looks like McNuggets here. Just adding like a burger, pickles, onions, bun, egg, egg, egg. Yeah, I think that's like one of the things that I haven't seen yet. That could be interesting to take approach as a game, But it's like, the thing about storing things and then retrieving it, then receiving it, and then just storing it. It's like it's every game. It's literally the game. Every game. Get the thing, store the thing, get the thing that's stored. Just send it back to the world. That's it. This is the game. I don't think it needs to revolutionize the way that it, you know, have it where the cars can be dirty and whoever volleys it is visibly disgusted, which is in car, or one of your employees don't know how to drive a stick shift. I was like thinking about those situations. I was like trying to handle through like thinking about the narrative about it. I guess I probably do that. One of them is too fat. Yeah, I was like thinking about this, and like one of the things that I have here is, where is it? This one. So I have one of the characters here that are gonna work. There's like something in here that, you know, just thinking about how she would seat, how she would like sit, how she would sit in a car, or maybe him that has like wings. how you would, fit in the car. So I was like giggling thinking about those cases. So I have to come up with like a solution for that. Uh, and I guess that's quite simple to solve. Wait, do they drive the car into the spots or do you valet does it? I think it's just the valet does it because it would be very difficult to make you know make the players just drive the car for it unless it's more like a mini game that you just park it like this. But I don't think that's like a interesting approach yet. But it's possible, just adding this feature here. It's not that bad. It's 5 night parking lot. Exactly. I'm not really looking at the wing and more the body. One of them injured themselves by slamming the car door the wing on their wing and they leave for 2 months. That would be really sad. And that would happen. That would really happen. I thought about slamming their pi- penis. Just kidding. Uh, I have no idea where to place this. Let's compare with the old one. It looks more modern, larger as well. Hire a good voice actress and ask her to slam a hammer down on her thumb for it to be realistic and make it. Not again. Hire a good voice actress and ask her to slam a hammer down her thumb for it to be realistic and make it where in game you can hear her scream based off how close she is to the good game design. Exactly. Now where you would have enough money to hire a good voice actress. I don't know. It's a great idea. Did I spill? No. I I broke my trackpad that I bought like a month ago. It's just that my setup is quite weird, so I'm just I'm just attaching everything with magnets. So sometimes uh I just drop things and break things. So uh yesterday I just did that, fortunately, but it's still working. Just that I have to be careful about this. But anyways, so this one's the first version, this one's the second version. I still need to think about this because I want to also add the feature of having the protagonist face here, protagonist face here, using anti-gravity. It's actually closer. It's actually closer than to what you're trying to describe. It's weird. I haven't seen anything like this on the internet. Hopefully in the future I will expose myself and show it. But for now it's just a trade secret. It's honestly just a it's just a you know, I feel really comfortable drawing with this. I was like developing this thing specifically to make things really easy for me to draw. But of course, some of the features here is a bit too flimsy for me right now. I should place it somewhere else to be honest, because I don't really need it. Antagonist? Who is antagonist? People who are trying to break into the cars. That's like a secret for another time. It would be interesting. I would like to make it make the game as like an unassuming game about parking cars. So if I expose too much, it won't be interesting anymore, I guess. But we are the antagonists of our lives, I guess. What we dream of, what we expect, and that's probably the cruelest thing that you could have these days, forever and ever. You're at, you're the villain, and Pentagon, and spies are trying to break into the cars. Why would that happen though? To prompt it to happen like that? You're the game dev, man. I'm just the idea guy. I have a lot of ideas. I'm also the idea guy. Anyway, can I pay you in exposure? Please don't expose me. Keep it a secret from everyone. Why would you want anyone just watch me? You could be watching me in secret and me doing things without having like any spotlight from people. That would be awesome. I think people that are watching me should be enjoying the trip, I guess. It's not like they're gonna watch me every day. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I think it could be interesting to just check it periodically. I don't think you should have like any concerns about exposing me. Maybe if I have like a financial goal, then then please do it. But I don't plan on having any financial goals for a long time. For a long time. And even if I have it, I think I would release this in a simpler way if I can reach that stage to begin with, because I have no guarantees, honestly. I'm just doing the ideas stuff and doing the wireframes and prototypes, but it doesn't mean that it will actually exist. I can make the process of it. I could make like what I think it would be necessary to develop it, but you know it's not like I have a guarantee that it will work 100%, especially when I have a job. And when you have a job, you don't have time for other things. Fortunately, I have a lot of time to work with after work or before work. It doesn't depends on where you live, but when you get famous, always remember me. I remember everyone. the first person that uh gave me like an imaginary super chat. Uh, what else? The person that said that my voice was like it sound like a fanboy. What else? There was like someone that wanted me to uh want to marry me. I think little Nat in your ears try to crush. It sounded like a fanboy. I remember that dude. I don't even remember who was that person, but it just leaves an impression. Just think about it. Think about the you just think about the aftermath, and then you just look at your interactions with people, and it's just, uh, do, do I have like a high note voice, or do I have the gay voice? It's like the gay accent, or do I have like an approach that is a bit too soft for males, or like a soft tone? I don't know. Not really care about that. But it's pretty funny. You have a soft voice, so Gunnar gonna believe you, put skirts and show you behind on the internet. Yeah, I don't have any inputs on that, especially when I don't know how a fanboy should sound like. I don't think they do the gay voice anyway. Anyways, like the gay accent. Like I know for a fact that there's like a there's like an accent for and it kind of shows, right? It's like there's like that flirtation to the thing when you gesticulate, when you talk with people, and it sounds like you are gay. But that doesn't but I don't feel like that has like a lesbian version from what I can remember. We have like a lot of trends in styles, like clothing styles, behavioral things as well sometimes, or like things that you relate to. But it's not necessarily like a like a something that is like set to stone, right? I don't know. I don't know. Cash register. Oh, actually, this one. Hello again. Welcome, little dirty birdie. Welcome to the stream. It's a little late. Have been busy today. All right, me too. Well, it's like I have like 30 minutes to finish stream around that. I could have started the stream a bit sooner, but I was like doing some admin work. Uh, it's here. Where is it? This looks awesome. Thank you. It's just a prototype. It's just placing ideas here. to how I want it to function. But it's quite complicated to make it through, make it real, especially when I don't have any experience on developing those video games, visual novels. And I'll try to work on those in my free time, probably off stream. Probably the days that I won't be streaming, I will be dealing with like the whole Godot stuff and trying to make this wireframe actually work. Um, in theory, that wouldn't be that hard because it's mostly just 2D assets. But at the same time, it's like a lot of implementations on buttons and transitions and placeholder assets that you have to use to make sense of the flow of the game, flow of the dialogues as well, and things that are like on top of each other, uh, overlaying some features, and also to reuse some of the assets. And I don't really plan on using uh, AI anything like that because it's something that I have to learn on, learn by hand if I want to make it proper. So I have to suffer a little bit to get it right. So this one, yes, I could bring this one upwards. There. I was drawing earlier, but my parents took my phone because they didn't want to eat dinner. So why didn't you want to? You didn't want to eat dinner. Does it have any reasons to it? Oh, I forgot about this. No. Dinner was pizza again. Has been pizza for nearly a week. Cannot deal with any more tomato sauce. That's unfortunate. Yeah, just adding some variety to your to your meals. It's hard. I can't attest to that because I'm just living alone and trying out all of that stuff. It's hard. Costs a lot of money and also a lot of brain power to plan ahead your meals for the week. So I don't really I can understand if I if they just want to eat pizza for a week because they don't want to do anything else. Because such a hassle. At the same time, let's feed ourselves with better food, right? I think it's just because we are moving into a new house. It's easy to just order pizza. Yeah, probably because when things get you know a bit easier for the family to cook and plan the meals, That's temporary, I guess. I want bubbles. I don't think so. I think just adding text here. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully in the near future. Really sure if you're into vegetables, but when I when I grew older, when I grew older, uh, I understood why it made me eat my vegetables. Kind of makes sense now. Nowadays, I have like fewer hours in the day to cook like a proper meal. So to add like a vegetable, it's quite hard. So I actually appreciate now. I appreciate the vegetables that I didn't eat when I was a kid, and now I just want to eat them again because it just makes you feel alive, and like all of those like processed stuff is like uh I don't want them anymore. Like they're tasty objectively, but it's uh I can't deal with this anymore. I just want to eat a proper meal, stuff like that. Mm, I look here. I really like it when I eat homemade things more. I've been making my own bread for the family because it's costing too much. Exactly. And homemade is better, but it takes a long time to do it. So, uh, when you live alone or when you live in a place where uh, it's easier to get food than to make food, easier in a sense of uh, sparing some time for you. Yeah, you will miss it a lot. It's like valuing the socks that you that your aunt gave to you like uh Christmas Eve, whatever stuff like that, like socks again. I wish I had like a video game or like a game, but socks are actually really valuable. Anything to handle here? Honestly, I don't know. Concept itself. Oh, ticket, tickets. Oh, tickets. Yes, ticket machine. That would be awesome. I love how you do perspective. Oh, perspective here. I was just sketching. So I was just doing there's like some issues here with perspective. But it gets things done, I guess. It's not the perfect thing. I don't even remember if I have the other better stuff. Guess this one. That is a bit more detailed. I guess this one is quite good now that I look at it. It's more like a lounge. Really? I was just planning all of that stuff. You could put basic controls on the wall. Hmm, probably, but it's like, do they have the money to do it? Now that I think about it, it's like, do they have the money to do it? To do it? They have it. I'm not really sure. It's like in a fantasy setting, kind of makes sense. It doesn't. You don't have to concern about money. It's like more on that realistic concept. I guess it's. I think it's a charm to add things that are like archaic, older, uh, things that are like almost on the verge of breaking, just because they don't want to like buy another one that is newer. So I'll try to use that as an advantage. But I do have to think about the underlying what's called consequences of it. And I don't think I need to do it right now. I'm gonna have to hit hay. My head is still kind of swimming from getting that bleach fumes in my head and go take a sleep. Alright, thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. I'll be working on this for a while, so today I was like, I'm not really sure if I want to make a proper illustration. Probably on the next stream I'll do it. I was like working on some user interface right now. Just the interactive stuff. Just planning ahead, so a few stuff that I want to add, and also think about some characters to draw. Like I think some interesting stuff is probably uh, character design, like newer characters, brand new characters, or just remaking some of the characters as well. Because I guess some of them need it. Yeah. Also, end stream soon because I have to sleep or I have to work. So sleep or work, which one I choose? Anyone, any of them. Work? Uh, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm also suffering here, even though work is great. I actually, I'm actually really fortunate to have the work. If I get famous, then you guys will understand the whole context. But if not, it's just for me. Everyone run! He's employed. So cute. She's so cute. I just say good night now since I'll probably have to be to be on call for a while. All right. Hope you're working on your shyness. It's pretty good that you have a friend calling you. All right. Bye bye. Uh, I'm also close to finishing the stream, but I'm just thinking about things to add here. Not really sure what. Mm, but I definitely have to make stream shorter. Um, the next few days. No, I don't know. Either start earlier or make sessions that are like smaller and just focus on delivering some stuff. Overall, oh, radio, cash register, countertop, clipboard, fan trash, calendar. Calendar would be good actually. Calendar, how could I add? Oh, it's too many elements, I feel like. I could try to place like a calendar here. But I also think that this area could be spent in a, in a wiser manner with like something a bit more interesting instead of calendar. But I'll just call it calendar for now. Calendar. Yes, just knowing which things will happen beforehand. Because if I think about the story itself, it will have like a lot of things about schedulings and missing schedule as well. So having a calendar would be quite useful actually. It's not like it's that that important, especially when the story itself would be quite linear if you do everything right. And if you do things wrong and if you don't realize that you did wrong, uh, things will go down without you realizing, anyways. So it's not like people will, it's not like the players will notice that something is wrong. Hmm. So I don't need like to know that the calendar is there, anyways. But it's kind of makes it a bit cleaner, I guess. Calendar. Oh, but she's so cute. She's so cute. Actually, really like her. So cute. I really like it. Like the twin tails that is like asymmetric. Oh, it's so cute. Ah, I like this one too. It kind of looks like a older sister of Rice Shower. I guess I would just call it for now. Honestly, I don't think I have a better idea. I guess I'll just copy these and just place it here. Just doing some stuff here. Honestly, I have to stop doing this. I can't anymore. I have to focus. Kind of depressing, right? Placing a lot of effort into something, and then at the end of it, it's not used. It's like all for nothing. I guess there's like a real risk for everything for that to happen, unless you don't give a fuck about it anymore. But at the same time, you launch yourself from the feeling of failure, and also to overcome it. That's quite complicated to deal with. So, just as a context, I was just doing some stuff here. Uh, I can't really recover my losses, I guess, or my efforts of doing something. Can't really exchange or get the things that I want, even though I spend a lot of time doing it. And what a what a nicer thing to do if to give it up, right? To make it so it's not something that you're concerned with, I guess, anymore, because it's not worth your time. Either that or start a new approach. It's definitely like a time of making to reassure the commitments that I made in my life. That's really hard to just process that. Hmm. It's not like I'm getting existential by from like a quite a serious thing. It's just video game. It's basically I'm just grieving video games and the time that I spent playing video games. Uh, yeah, I guess I just don't have to care about it anymore. Definitely have to make the commitment of not caring anymore. Uh, it's so painful. It's like spending so much effort and time on that for nothing. uh, exactly, exactly on the gigabyte. We'll be grieving the moments that we use that grant us nothing in return. Would have done better. Could have been more efficient. But at the same time, it's not something that we have total control over, I guess. All right, let's make the thumbnail. Just wait a little bit, I guess. Let's wait a little bit. That's it. All right, I guess it's time to go now. Well, this time I worked on just doing some UI work, just thinking about how I would implement the dialogues, uh, just the placement of things. Just so it's more like a mock-up, prototype to uh, so I could implement and think about the elements that I need to do and all of that. Honestly, I just want to create characters or just draw like an illustration. Could be interesting to just pick a situation or make a new character. This character in specific that I drew here, I guess I drew like a back then and like a sketch. And it would be interesting to make more design elements for. I just added some stuff just to make it a bit cuter, but I will try to just add more things. Maybe next stream, maybe the other stream, I don't know. Um, so yeah, this time is just drawing. I guess I could uh change the titles live streams title here to UI's work, I guess. Yeah. So Until next time, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Bye bye.